Good morning, Kings. Today I wanted to talk about why you should not believe the bullshit and what most people, when you grow and when you kind of walk through life, you realize they're kind of full of shit. They like to talk a lot, but what you should actually really analyze is their actions and their behaviors and if they've accomplished anything, right? Talk is easy. You can say whatever you want, anything can come out of your mouth, and that's not what I care about, right? And unfortunately, that's what people respond to, which is why social media is such a powerful form of influence, because people will literally believe whatever they hear, whatever they see, and never even, take that extra 2-3 thoughts to actually determine if is this guy bullshitting me, because most of social media, right, just the incentives are to lie and to fraud, which is not a bad thing. I don't think it's like necessarily you're an evil person for frauding. I think if you do it well, it's actually a skill set. And it's nothing wrong with portraying an image online that's not who you are as a person. But I think with my channel, I try to keep it realistic. I try to keep it real with you guys. I've always just been a truth seeker. And what I'd like to tell you today is that you should really not limit yourself to the beliefs that other people have around you, right? The reason why they have those beliefs is because society and life has just beaten the living crap out of them, and they are just robots now going through the motions of life, because they never thought twice about what they could achieve maybe if they wanted to obtain more for yourself. And I'm a true believer, anything you want in life, if you really, really want it and work every day towards it, you can get it. It's just not many people really want it these days. And that should be exciting for you if you do want it, because the competition really is non-existent. I've seen it firsthand. There's just no competition. No one's really trying hard. And that stuff makes me very hungry. If no one's trying hard and I want it, I'm gonna get it, type thing. So I guess in this video is what I wanted to really talk about is, have your bullshit detector up. When I first dropped out of college, a lot of people told me this life was not possible, it's impossible. How do you plan to live in New York playing card games? Like, no one even lives in New York as a professional poker player. It's not even a city that poker players live in. And I said, fuck all that. I said, I'm gonna do what I want. Let me see if that stuff is real. And it's kind of like I believe the universe is kind of just like your will against the universe. Like, if I believe it's gonna happen and I work every day towards it, and I brainstorm, have a game plan, how am I gonna live in a baller apartment in New York? How am I going to pay my expenses? What else can I do, to make me, money? And to be honest, like, if you think like this on a day-to-day basis, I really think that you can achieve anything, that comes to your mind. It's just people, for some reason, have such a wrong view of risk, right? And they don't understand that risk is kind of an illusion. You should be taking a lot more risk than what society or your parents conditioned you to. And in fact, in some spots, if you study the Kelly criterion model, in some spots that are such high EV, meaning that they are such like good spots, you should actually be going all in. This is just the game theory optimal way of playing your cards. But people don't, study the math. They are emotion based. And my background as a poker player caused me to be very analytical and caused me to think about decisions not from an emotional standpoint, but from, a positive EV, negative EV standpoint. And while, this definitely can hurt me, I guess, in some social, interpersonal relationships, I believe it's fully helped me to achieve the life I want. And because it separates the emotion, which is why people don't chase their goals, is because there's an emotional side to it, right? You don't chase and achieve these big dreams because you fear, maybe failure. You feel some like sort of embarrassment for trying to achieve big goals. But like, fuck all that. Just really try to sit down with yourself, figure out what you want out of life. And I really believe anything you want out of life, if you truly work hard to get it, right, you can get it. And I think this is something I'm like really good at. I think I'm just so much more multifaceted than just a poker coach. I think I'd be a great mentor for people who want to, who are trying to figure out how to achieve their goals in life and just feel completely stuck. I am not monetizing any sort of coaching like this, but definitely something for me to think about in the future. Yeah, I just would urge you guys to stop like thinking or having these thoughts permeate your head that are not yours. If you just sit with yourself, even for an hour, no phones, no distraction, just maybe pen and paper, or I can't really write these days. I'm always been a bad writer. I use my laptop and just ideate, figure out what you want out of life. Be super specific with it, right? For me, when I first dropped out of college, I would be going on these late night walks, and I literally envisioned and manifested, I want to live in a baller apartment with a view of the entire, skyline. And literally this happened. I'm not even joking. Like, this is stuff I manifested when I was a broke college dropout, and it happened. And it didn't even feel surprising when I got it. Like, I don't like jump up and down from joy. Like, it just seemed inevitable in my head. And I don't really know where this like sort of maybe predictive capabilities or manifesting, like super strong manifesting and self-delusion came from, but I know I have it. And so even now, I'm manifesting my future dream life, because I guess it's just human nature to want more and more for yourself. But yeah, I'm thinking about like recording or like, making a video on what I'm manifesting right now on this date, and then kind of sharing that recording when my future plans happen. But yeah, I guess the point of this video, kind of a long rant, but just don't believe everything you hear on social media. Don't try to let other people's limiting beliefs affect you. Really trust your gut, trust your instinct. You were born with natural like instinct and capabilities. So yeah, don't sell yourself short. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.